Welcome to the Human 5.0 Project, the podcast where we cut straight to the breakthroughs that matter, the show where science meets self-optimization. I'm your host, Ultimate Biohacker 10X, and here we break down the real research, real data, and real dosing behind modern biohacking, from compounds and peptides to techniques, devices, lifestyle strategies, and performance protocols. Most people jump in and jump out before they get the gold, so we're keeping it tight and delivering the essential insights you need without the fluff. If you've taken the time to hit play, we'll make sure you walk away with valuable knowledge that can transform your approach to longevity, health optimization, and beyond.
Hey disruptors, biohackers, and healthspan heroes. This is Ultimate Biohacker 10X, back on the truth cannon, firing it up. We're here to melt the fat that matters, rebuild metabolic youth, and make every decade leaner and healthier than the last. Welcome back to the Human 5.0 Project. Tesamorelin is an FDA-approved prescription drug, Egrifta. Everything discussed today is for educational purposes only. Dosing, off-label use, and combinations require physician oversight. Possible side effects include insulin resistance, joint pain, and injection site reactions. Imagine a single nightly shot that reduces visceral fat by 15 to 18% in just 26 weeks. This dangerous fat, which wraps around your organs and contributes to diabetes and heart disease, is significantly reduced. And at the same time, Tesamorelin boosts IGF-1 levels by 150 to 300%. That is Tesamorelin, and in 2026, it's becoming the top longevity peptide in advanced clinics worldwide. Everybody's asking about it. And today, we'll dive into its discovery, its initial use in HIV treatment, its current applications in longevity and biohacking, and we'll explore protocols and combinations. Tesamorelin is a 44 amino acid analog of growth hormone releasing hormone, or GHRH, with a unique modification that makes it significantly more potent and stable than native GHRH. Developed by Theratechnologies in Montreal, Tesamorelin was initially engineered in the early 2000s to treat HIV-associated lipodystrophy, a condition that causes harmful fat redistribution. It received FDA approval in 2010 as Egrifta and in 2019 as Egrifta SV for easier reconstitution. Phase 3 trials in HIV patients demonstrated that a nightly 1 to 2 milligram subcutaneous injection reduced visceral fat by 15 to 18% in 26 weeks, with minimal impact on subcutaneous fat. This selectivity is unique and sets Tesamorelin apart from other growth hormone therapies. Clinics observed that HIV patients not only lost belly fat, but also became leaner, stronger, and appeared younger overall. Fast forward to 2026, and Tesamorelin is now a staple in longevity and biohacking clinics. In anti-aging clinics, Tesamorelin is used to reverse visceral fat in individuals aged 40 to 65, helping them maintain a youthful metabolic profile. Menopause protocols. It's become a top choice for managing waistline gain during menopause and perimenopause. Executive health programs, often paired with advanced diagnostics like DEXA scans and continuous glucose monitors to optimize body composition. Body recomp stacks, preferred over traditional HGH as it stimulates natural growth hormone pulses without causing pituitary shutdown, resulting in fewer side effects. Current dosing regimens, and this is a 2026 clinic consensus. The standard FDA dose for HIV lipodystrophy is 2 milligrams sub-Q nightly. Longevity and functional medicine ranges, men and postmenopausal women, 1 to 2 milligrams nightly. Perimenopausal women and lean individuals, 0.5 to 1 milligram nightly to reduce insulin resistance risk. Cycling is commonly 5 to 6 months on, followed by 1 to 2 months off, or switching to CJC 1295 ipamorelin to keep receptors fresh. Administration, reconstitute with bacteriostatic water. A 2 milligram vial equals 100 units, so 20 units is a milligram. Inject sub-Q in the belly fat 30 to 60 minutes before bed to mimic the natural growth hormone surge. How about some popular stacks and combos? So Tesamorelin and low-dose growth hormone, 1 to 2 IUs, combines the benefits for extreme body recomp. Tesamorelin and ipamorelin, 100 to 200 micrograms, extends the growth hormone pulse and reduces injection frequency. Tesamorelin and 16-8 fasting. Now you have synergy for fat loss as fasting lowers insulin levels. Tesamorelin and berberine or metformin. Well, this one's common in functional medicine because the main watch item with any IGF-1 pathway intervention is glucose control. Some clinicians pair tesamorelin with berberine or metformin in appropriate patients to help support insulin sensitivity, but this is absolutely physician territory because it depends on your baseline A1C, fasting insulin, meds, and your response over time. Menopause and perimenopause stack. A clinic-style approach would be, at least in the longevity sphere, one of the most talked about applications, using tesamorelin to target menopause-related visceral fat gain while also addressing inflammation and recovery. A typical conceptual stack clinics discuss is tesamorelin low to moderate dose depending on leanness and glucose risk. Lifestyle insulin control, protein first meal, strength training, walking after dinner. Sometimes inflammation support tools layered in, and this is where peptides like KPV get mentioned in some circles. Important note, though, that doesn't mean everyone should stack everything. The best clinics will start with tesamorelin and lifestyle and then add what's necessary based on symptoms and labs. Who tends to benefit the most? Based on how it's used clinically, people with clear visceral fat dominance, waist-driven metabolic aging. Metabolic syndrome patterns, like blood pressure up, glucose trending up, triglycerides up. Menopause and perimenopause waist gain with sleep recovery decline. People doing executive medicine style tracking, again, DEXA, labs, CGM, who can actually measure changes. Who should be cautious, skip, require strict medical oversight. The presence of active cancer or concerning unexplained growths. IGF-1 is not something you freestyle. Uncontrolled diabetes or significant insulin resistance without monitoring. Anyone with worsening glucose markers once starting. Anyone on medications where glycemic shifts really matter. This is why clinicians do the monitoring. If you're in a gray zone, clinics often start lower, track labs, and scale only if the metabolic picture improves. Bottom line in 2026, if your number one aging accelerator is visceral fat, tesamorelin is one of the most evidence-backed tools we've got in humans, with a real prescription history and data in the population it was approved for. But it's not magic, and it's not a DIY toy. It's a prescription intervention that needs labs, oversight, and common sense. Stay hacked, stay curious, and stay visceral lean. I'm out for now.
Thanks for listening to the Human Upgrade Project. If you found value in today's episode, share it with someone who's ready to elevate their biology. Make sure to follow the show for weekly deep dives into peptides, protocols, devices, lifestyle strategies, and the science of high-performance longevity. Until next time, stay curious, stay optimized, and stay 10x.